Hi there, Dr. Vicki here with the Shift Happens channel. So we're going to talk today about how do you know you've changed? Well, again, I will always say change. Okay, everybody identifies with that, but you don't have to change anything, right? All you have to do is realize who you are and acknowledge who you are. But we'll go with this line of thinking with how do you know you've changed? So I'm going to talk to you about some things to consider, and it's pretty cool. All right, so before we get into that, go ahead and subscribe, comment, like, share. That's how we build our community. If you need some life coaching, go ahead and contact me at shifthappenslifecoaching@gmail.com. Okay, so I made some notes here. How do you know you've changed? The 3D circumstances do not tell you, right? They do a little bit. Okay, here's how it does. So let's say you have a situation with a coworker that you don't get along with. And normally you have an exchange and it's negative. You experience fearful thoughts of maybe anxiousness, jealousy, whatever, a negative emotion. And that's how you respond in a fearful way. You go back, you reflect, you're like, man, I don't want to be that person. I want to change, and I want to arrive in that self-concept that looks and sounds like the person, like the end result that I want to be. And you know, according to your interaction with this coworker, you want to have that positive, powerful, peaceful soul, right? So you have this image of this person that is able to deal with confrontation in a loving manner. So you're like, I'm going to be that person. So you start practicing it on a daily basis. You approach every situation with love and appreciation, right? And then that coworker comes along and you might not see eye to eye, and that's okay because you have shifted into that new self-concept. The way you know you changed is because your response to the 3D circumstance has changed. Instead of responding with fear, you're responding with love. You are responding in that end result that you want to be, that self-concept shifted, right? You don't really change. You just realize who you are more and more, because deep down, there's nothing to change because you are source. Source works through you as you, right? So as long as we remember who we are, because we are one with source, that never changes. What does is the 3D circumstances and how we respond to it, right? So you might shift, and we can call it change, right? But how you know you've changed is how you respond differently to the 3D circumstances. Because remember, the 3D circumstances just mirrors back who you are. That's good or bad, I don't know. It's just information, right? Sometimes it's hard to take, you know? Like, whoa, really? I have something going on inside myself that looks like that and sounds like that? Yeah. That's always a great chance to expand and get back to who you are. So remember, it's a state of being. You are in a state of being on how you respond to that circumstance. Circumstances always change. You do not. You want to remain that same focused, source-like person, the God self, right? Let me read my notes here really quick. Do not respond, or you want to change or respond differently in order to get what you want. You still have to, think of the mirror. The mirror does not change until you change, right? If you're frowning at the mirror, you can wait all day by just sitting there waiting for that frown to change. It changes when you change, right? So just always remember that. That's really cool information though, if you really take it on, and you can play around with this, and you don't have to take anything personally. Everything we teach is counterintuitive to what we've learned your entire life. Stop trying, stop caring, stop thinking. Stop caring about what people think. That's the biggest obstacle in life, right? And so when you encounter those negative encounters with coworkers or any person, it's just a reflection of what you're thinking. So there is information. So if you can really identify that feeling, that emotion that you're feeling, boy, you can dispel all of those limiting beliefs. And limiting beliefs really aren't there. The only belief you have to have is the belief in knowing who you are. Once you have that belief, all the other beliefs, you don't have to believe anything else other than this one belief of believing who you are. I'm going to say it again. You are source. Source works through you as you. You are one with source. That's all. So you are infinite love, infinite compassion, infinite appreciation. That's powerful. That's the manifestation. Manifestation starts inside you, and it's all within you. So when you get that feeling of having that person or being that person and feeling that person, that's the manifestation. It will come to you, but you're not worried about it because you're so in love with who you are and what you're doing, you don't even pay attention. All of a sudden, as they say, things come out of the blue, right? But do they? Well, that's another session, right? Yeah, you manifest everything all the time, everywhere, because you are all awareness. You are the I am awareness, everywhere, everything, all the time. It's just like that movie. It's a crazy movie, right? You have to watch it a few times to really get it, but it is about manifestation, right? The way you respond to the 3D lets you know if you've changed, because the 3D does not change. It just is a reflection. It's past. Everything out here is all in the past. It's like what you're feeling, who you're being. Remember, you're a human being, not a human doing. What? Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, so 3D always reflects and informs you. So how do you know you've changed? You just have to look and see how you're responding. And that's pretty cool because you get to change how you respond. That's the power. Think about it with your kids. Think about it with your spouse. Anybody that you interact with, especially, on a daily basis, or if you're a teacher and you're dealing with students. When you start responding differently and holding compassion for yourself and that other person, and you don't give it energy when you do that. You're like, okay, I'll wait for you to finish your little fit. You don't join in on that energy. You don't sloop down to that energy. They're down here going, and you're up here going, you might slip a little, you might go back. That's all right, just don't go. You can even meet them a little bit, go back up. Meet them, but don't go beneath them. When you go beneath them, havoc. That's the power. It's pretty cool. You're untouchable then, because you are source, right? All right, so that's the lesson today. How do you know you've changed? When you changed your response to the circumstance. I am your host, Vicki Lemper, and this is the Shift Happens channel. If you want some life coaching, go ahead and email me at shifthappenslifecoaching@gmail.com. Go ahead and share, like, comment. Let me know what you think. Test it out, and see how, if you've really changed, your response has changed to the circumstances. All right. I love to hear from you. You guys are coming up with some great comments, some great questions. It's a community here. I learn from you just as much as you learn from me. All right. Thank you. Till next time. Bye-bye.